YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, staying safe, positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so we are in the fall season, and about a week ago, I released my top 10 for fall 2024, and there's multiple and many different ways to, you know, talk fall fragrances, and one of them is classes. And what class are we talking about today? The designer class. So you have niche, designer, inspired by, clones, however you want to word them. You know, there's just kind of, you know, different levels. All right, so today we're going to be talking about some really fantastic fall options from the designer world. Most, if not all of these are available in your local retailers. You can walk in and get your nose on them. There are places where you can sample these as well, instead of blind buying, which I am a blind buy warrior. I don't encourage you to do so, but I do encourage sampling. Don't be like me. All right, don't be like me. But 10 of these today we're going to be discussing. These are some really great fragrances from the designer world. And let's go ahead and tap in. All right, up first, from the house of Azzaro, we have the Most Wanted Parfum. The Most Wanted Parfum from the house of Azzaro. This One by Night is my favorite of them all. All right, but this one is a close second. You get this unique red ginger, woods, and this bourbon vanilla. 3 notes that they give you. But it's more like a spicy wood, and I'm thinking the ginger is assisting into that with this bourbon vanilla. Very simplistic fragrance, but it smells really, really good. Awesome perform as well. I paid retail for this when it first came out. Shout out to Miss Heather. I was at my local dealers and I was smelling it, and I was like, yo, this smells really, really good. And it was, I think we were in the fall season at that time, and I think I wore it the next day to work. So this is one that I bring out to wear to the office. I mean, you can do many other things with this fragrance. Many others. Date nights, hanging out at the bar, cigar lounges, whatever it is that you're doing in the fall time, this will work. But this is something you can go in and give it a nice smell and see if it's something in your local dealers or Macy's or whatever. Smell it, see if it's something that you want to rock with. But I definitely recommend it for fall 2024. From the house of Azzaro, we have Wanted by Night, or the Most Wanted. The Most Wanted Parfum. I tell you, I've always had trouble remembering what name is what. Wanted by Night, the Most Wanted. All right, I'm probably even wrong what I just said, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, up next, so I take that back. This one is going to be a little harder to find. Harder to find. Now, it is popping up on discounters here and there, and I got so lucky with getting this fragrance, paying attention to one late night, watching I was watching an NBA game, a late West Coast game, and it was 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and I was up, didn't have to work the next day, and it flashed across my screen. I forget where the link was to it, but I know the fragrance dude, shout out my guy Randy, he posted the link, and I copped it right there. And what am I talking about? This is a great option for fall. From the house of Dior, we have Dior Homme, the original. Dior Homme original. Now, I believe this is a 2014 version. I believe I've done my research. I think it's the 2014, but I really don't care. 2011, 2014, 2020, whatever. God, it smells so good. Now, the Intense. This is a fresher version of the Intense. You get your iris, you get a cacao, you get a leather. It's creamy. It has a nice base to it while being on the more fresher side. A little bit of a softness to this as well. This stuff is fire. When I got it in and I wore it, I was really surprised that the performance was really hanging with the intense version. It really, really was. So I kind of wear this and the intense both in the fall time, but you can also wear this in spring. So when we get to spring, this might be on the top 10 for spring, but this is one for the fall that will work. And it's really good. It's an iris DNA that's done really, really well. And if you can find it and you can catch it as it's popping up on these discounter sites, these gray market sites, I highly recommend it. Even if you have the Intense or the Parfum. Now, this and the Parfum are lands away from each other, but this and the Intense are kind of in the same neighborhood. But this is still a bit of a fresher take, in my opinion. I'm not saying when you smell it's going to be like summertime fresh. No. I'm saying fresher from the Intense. All right. So if you have it, you know. But if you're intrigued by it, I'm recommending picking it up. from the house of Dior. We have Dior Homme, the original, and this is the 2014 version, I believe. Could be the 2011, but all my research leads to a 2014 version. All right, up next. Now, some people deem this a versatile all year round fragrance. Some people even deem this a summer king. I do not. There's other flankers from this line that serve better in the summer, and this fits perfectly for the fall and the winter, in my opinion. From the house of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, we have YSL Y, the EDP. YSL Y, the EDT, this is a beast. A beast. A dark blue fragrance here. There's some spices. It's heavy. It's like an Ambroxan roar with this fragrance. You still get some sweetness from like the green apple. There's some geranium in here, but this stuff is powerful. And I've tested, I have all of the YSLs, most of them at least. And the EDT and the Eau Fraiche are perfect for the summer. Perfect for the summer, really all year round. But if you want, this is a much darker, bolder take on the DNA. The Le Parfum is much smoother. That's another one that's designed for the fall and the winter and the spring, in my opinion. But this one right here is only fall and winter for me. It is strong. It is powerful. It cuts through the cold. It cuts through those cooler days. And this is one for a versatile experience during the fall seasons, like preferably like first thing in the morning I'm putting it on, and it's my fragrance for the whole day. No matter what I'm doing, it fits there. But that's just my opinion on it. You know, wear what you wear, like what you like, when and where, it's cool. But for me, this is a little too strong for the summer. I think it falls in line for the fall and the winter. From the house of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, we have YSL Y, the EDP. Strong stuff. A couple of sprays that serve you right. Trust me, all right? But yeah, that's why I'm recommending it for the fall, okay? Up next, oof, my goodness. I remember the first time I smelled this. This is another one that I paid full retail for because I had to have it, and I wore it the next day. From the house of Givenchy, we have Givenchy Society, the EDP. Givenchy Society EDP. Man, beautiful. They don't list iris, but it's iris in here. Iris, bourbon, vanilla, a trio of, it's like a spicy wood that gives off this Palo Santo wood feel. I believe there's vetivers and cedar wood and sandalwood in here. And the sandalwood is definitely assisting to that smoothness. But I get this spicy wood, I get this thick vanilla, and I get this iris. That's what my nose picks up. And it's so good. Now, this is something that I wear in fall and winter, but there's other options for the winter for me from this Givenchy line. But this one in particular, it just works. A fall evening, date night, cigar lounge, you know, you're wearing darker colors, you know, it just might be one of those kind of grown and sexy type of nights. This stuff is awesome. It is awesome. It's going to be a great play for, you know, a fall evening. And I've worn this to the office. I've worn this during the day, during the fall, just because I was in the mood for it. But I think this is more suited when you're getting dressed up. You and your lady might be going out. You know, you and your love interest may be going out. It might be just an event. You might be going to a concert. You might be going to a comedy show. You might be going somewhere just enjoying that company from that person, that love interest of yours. But this one is really good. Great performer. I don't care what they say, it's iris in here. It's in here. From the house of Givenchy. We have Givenchy Gentleman Society. Now the Parfum is good too. But I think it's kind of redundant to have both. But I still might get the Parfum one day. I might get it one day. We'll see. All right, up next from the house of Viktor&Rolf, we have Spicebomb Infrared EDP. Spicebomb Infrared EDP. Now, I like the EDT. I like it. But I love this one more. It's a bit more bolder, has more depth, more body, that pink pepper, that cinnamon, that chili pepper note in here. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's a little bit leathery in the dry down. It just absolutely works. Now, something like this, some may say, oh no, that's for the winter time, bro. Not to me, because it carries a little bit of freshness. You can wear it in the winter, but in the fall, I think it's perfect. If you're going out on an early evening, let's say y'all going to the pumpkin patches, let's say y'all going on how to have those fall, trails, the city fair or the county fair. If you're outside, this kind of works because you're smelling the holiday season. It's getting here. Everybody's festive and in a good mood. This is a fragrance that kind of captures that for me. So although yes, this is something that will work great in the wintertime, but I think it's a stud in the fall as well. Some people may say, hey, that's what the EDT is for. I feel you, but I just like this representation a bit better for fall and for winter. From the house of Viktor&Rolf, really good stuff. I was really happy from the growth of the EDT to the EDP. Good stuff. We have Spicebomb Infrared EDP. Really good, spicy and sweet fragrance for sure. All right, up next for my masculine fellas out there, my gentlemen out there, my OGs, my unks, me. This is for you guys. A lot of conversation about this fragrance in the past on my channel. I made some content wrapped around it. I'm all moved through that, but this is a favorite of mine. One of my favorite barbershop fougere style scents from the house of John Varvatos. We call him Johnny V. We're talking vintage. Johnny V vintage. Classic bottle, classic DNA. God, you get that barbershop fougere smell. There's tobacco in here, balsam fir in here, juniper berry in here. It's so good, man. It's so good, but it carries a freshness like a lavender, almost like a dark foamy shaving foam smell, like down to the core of it. But there's so many other things. I like the spicy textures in here as well. That tobacco in here is present, especially as it starts to dry down. It is a great masculine fragrance for sure. Dressing it up for the office or dressing it up to go out, this is something where the mature noses would appreciate, like myself. It's not for everybody. Again, this is not for everybody. It's definitely masculine. It's definitely for, I wouldn't say it's for the younger crowd. I wouldn't say that, but you can try to see for yourself. Great wear. I wear this all fall. I wear it all winter, but all fall is where I bring it out. During the fall is when I bring it out, and I wear it the most. From the house of John Varvatos, Johnny V. We're talking vintage. Johnny V vintage. Love this fragrance for sure. Now, always have it in my collection. All right, up next from the house of Guerlain. Now, it depends on who you're talking to. Is this niche or is this designer? Well, obviously I'm telling you what I think because of the placement in this video, but honestly, it don't matter. It don't matter. I don't even care to have the conversation if it's niche or designer. I don't, but I have an opinion, but it's here in this video. From the house of Guerlain, we have L'Homme Ideal, the EDP. This fragrance was the former reigning, defending best cherry fragrance in my collection before mine gains French defense. But it's still good. Beautiful cherry, leather, it's smooth, it's sexy. It smells so good. I love to wear this in the fall time. When you get a nice breeze, nice cool, crisp, late afternoon, early evening, going into the nighttime, this stuff is beautiful. I've dressed this down. What I mean by that, flannel, jeans, open flannel, maybe a hoodie or a shirt underneath it, ball cap and some sneakers, and I've dressed it up. I've worn some nice some trousers, some nice slacks, button down, hard bottoms or some boots or something like that, kind of getting a little bit more cozier, layering it with the jacket or something. So I've done both with this fragrance and it absolutely works. This stuff is sexy to me. It's up there. It's competing always with my favorite from the line, and it's just holding its place because I do love a couple of more just as much or almost as much as this one, but it's a great choice. The bottle style is different. It is different. So when you go looking for it, pay attention to what you're reading and making sure you're getting this one if this is the one that you're interested in. From the house of Guerlain, we have L'Homme Ideal, the EDP. A beautiful cherry vanilla leather fragrance. This stuff is fantastic and cannot wait to wear it in the fall season. Up next, another leather fragrance that we have on display here. This stuff is underrated, criminally underrated. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we have Uomo Signature. Ooh, almost dropped the bottle. Uomo Signature. Coffee and leather is what you get here. This stuff is incredible. Great, crazy performer, man. I wore this to the office last fall and wasn't expecting compliments or any conversations about this. I just didn't think it would be something that people, and I don't wear it to have conversation, but when I put it on for me. I just didn't think it would garner any type of conversation, and it did. And it did. And then the next thing I know, a couple of the fellas who I work with, they start seeing these bottles in their local Burlington. And they hit me up, hey, yo, is this it? This it? Yeah, they had some 50 mLs in there for like $30. They scooped them up. One of the guys wears it all year round. He doesn't care. It's his signature scent, one of the fellas who I work with. But this stuff is fantastic. It is a sleeper. It is a sleeper from the house. And honestly, it's the best of that Salvatore Ferragamo line. All right, so better than Urban Feel and what's the tiramisu one called? It's missing me right now, but I think it's better than that because this one suits my taste a little bit more. That's why. So coffee, leather, that Uomo DNA is still present, but this stuff is fire. Smooth leather. Very nice coffee in this in this fragrance. It is really, really good, and it's a really good performer. Definitely gonna be wearing this a lot during the fall. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we have a Uomo signature. Definitely gonna be wearing this one, man. I mean, I spray it on my arms throughout the fall, like just to smell it. It's so good. I don't know what it is about it, but it's so good to me. All right, up next, this one gets no love in the community. All the other flankers do, and I understand, but don't forget about the original. From the house of Emporio Armani, we have Stronger With You. Yes, and so my experiences with Stronger With You have been from the beginning. Yes, from the beginning. Sweet, has a freshness to it. There's a nuttiness to this thing as well. It smells so good, man. The intensely and the absolutely and the tobacco and the leather ones, they get all the love. The oud one gets all, and I get it. I think all of those are fire. But this one, man, it all started from this. You can get this for a great price on discounters, like everywhere, and it's really good. So looking forward to. I typically wear this to the office, honestly, because it's kind of like a mood lifter for me, this whole DNA. But where it started, it really, really works, and I appreciate it. So good, man. That nutty sensation, it's like a glazed chestnut that's in here, accompanied by like some lavender freshness. There's a pink pepper in this fragrance as well. It's just good. It's good, and I'm so glad that the line is back in stores. So get your nose on and see for yourself. I think it's better than the Most Wanted series. I think it's better than a lot of the Eros series. I think it's better than them all because it's a taste thing, and that's why I think that. But this stuff is fire, man. From the house of Emporio Armani, we have the original Stronger With You. I love everything about the Stronger With You line. The bottle styles, the DNA, stuff is fire. All right, and to close out this video of top designer fragrances for fall, and speaking of Eros, here we go. This is my favorite from the entire Versace Eros existent. This is the best one. From the house of Versace, we have Eros Flame. Blood orange, vanilla, woods. This stuff is fantastic, man. This stuff is fantastic. I just think that, oh, we're not in focus? Okay, there we are. So I think this stuff, spicy, vanilla, that orange citrus, it's so good. I think it's better than the EDP and the Parfum. Even probably better than Energy. I think this is just the best one. And I have no gripes about, I have Energy, I think it's great. I have the EDP of the original. I gave my EDT away. The DNA is classic. I think any one of them would work in the fall time, but this one right here, it's a little bit more spicier, a little bit more heavier. The vanilla is a little bit, dialed down a bit, really clashing in with those, oh my God, like sweet and spicy textures. It's really good. It's my favorite, and I love to wear it during the fall and the winter, but during the fall is when it definitely makes its debut. And a great performer. Woo! I'm talking about all day long. So if you're looking for a beast mode, take this one in consideration. From the house of Versace, we have Eros Flame. Eros Flame. Dope, my favorite from the house. All right, Smell Good family. So that's going to do it. Those are my 10 recommendations from the designer world for fall 2024. So many fragrances that you can choose from and experience and recommend, but these are the 10 that I am choosing for this upcoming season. All right, so y'all have a great fall year. Like, smell great, test out things, see for yourself, get some samples of these, or you can walk into your local Dillard's or Macy's or wherever, and you know, you can smell these right then and there and make a decision. All right, so until next time, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you all for the great energy, positive vibes, man. That's what we own. Positive energy, positive vibes. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you're going to get back. Appreciate you so much. Thank y'all for the love. I can't express it enough. Seriously, I can't. Next time. Sparkle.